Hi there, my name is Kovu, and I may look like a bit of a ghost, but it's not as bad now as it was earlier because I covered my window with my curtains. So hopefully now I just look almost normal white, like how I normally look in the winter when I haven't been to Spain and gotten a tan, which doesn't really show besides like the freckles on my nose. Anyway, so behind me you can see a flower in the ceiling, and you can see the rest of my room as well. We changed up my room a bit. Where I'm sitting right now was where my bed used to be. I don't really know if you've seen much of my room like before now. Little tour. Look at that. Look at that over there. It looks quite cool now. The only thing left is I'm gonna put some new pictures on my mirror and remove those white dots that you see there, and get a new picture thing in the ceiling because that I got when I was like 12, and it doesn't really suit me anymore. So I'm getting some kind of like astronomy picture thing in the ceiling. It's going to look very cool. But yeah, did I say that right here where I'm sitting right now is where my bed used to be? Well, now you know. Maybe I'll give you a bit of a proper room tour when we're properly finished. I don't know, but anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about something, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just jump right into it. God, okay, no, but it was the first day of school today. Also, just before I get into stuff, like, thank you for listening to me and watching these videos on my second channel. They really are so long and rambly, more so than the ones on my main channel, and I just want to say that I really am grateful for all of your support and the fact that you like care enough to watch these videos and leave a comment as well. Like it really means a lot, and I really appreciate that like a lot, and I feel very lucky to have you. But at the same time, I feel like I'm kind of using you in a sense because I'm just like, I turn on the camera and I'm like, okay, here's all my life problems. Like, does anyone have any advice? Like, that's not, you're not my therapist, and I don't want to use the internet as a therapist. But at the same time, this like having this outlet has been very, it's helped me a lot. But if it's not healthy for me, then like so far, I haven't seen any indicators that it is not healthy for me. But if you don't think it's healthy for me, then please let me know. Or if you don't think it's healthy for you, like I'm spreading negativity in a sense, I really don't want that. Moving on. I just wanted to say that. Today was first day of school. I'm now in year two in my the school I go to now. The Norwegian education system is a bit different. Basically, our like kind of high school or sixth form college thing. It's 3 years. I'm now in the second year. I also got this T-shirt today because I'm part of like I'm in the program thing that like uh, I'm basically like a student counselor, but not so like obviously there is a school counselor there at school, but I don't really know how to explain it. But it's basically like I take part in activities and stuff that will help the first years feel more welcome, and they can come to me if they want to ask about something or talk to me about anything. And there are also three others, I think, in my class alone who have who are responsible for the music class at my school because there's only one class, and then um, there are many other classes at my school, but there's actually only one like music one. There are different education programs at my school, and in the different like I think all other education programs there are more classes in the different years. But in the music one, there's only one class each year. So three other people in my class are responsible for the first years in music, and then I and three other people, I think three or two, I can't remember. And then we are 30 people in total in our class. Yeah, and then there are many other people in our school who are also responsible for their own classes. Anyway, yeah, so I got this T-shirt today, and that's nice. I really wanted to kind of step out of my comfort zone this school year. We haven't really done that much yet, the people in the program thing I'm in. It's kind of, I don't know, it's gonna happen more later this school year, probably later this week. In the next few weeks, we're gonna like say hi to the first years, go into the classrooms, and do different activities with them. And then for Christmas, we're gonna stand in like our food area and give out like gingerbread men and like hot chocolate or something to the people there. And we're just there to kind of spread happiness. I don't know, but I wanted to be part of that because again, I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. But that wasn't really what I was going to talk about, and I've already talked for 5.5 minutes. Okay. um, Basically, first day of school. Can't really complain. It was the first day of school. It was a school day, a bit more chill than usual. Um, Saw my classmates again. Got some new teachers. Some of them I know already. Got to know like a plan for the school year, weekly schedule, timetables, um, exam like tables or plans, things like that. Just the normal stuff. Um, and now I'm at home and I'm home alone, and I just have this really heavy feeling in my body and in my gut, and it's that kind of like heavy. I don't know if it's quite sadness, but it's like emptiness. I don't know what it is because here's when I'm in trouble. I have nothing against my school. I like the people there. I have two good friends in my class. Um, my other classmates, I don't really talk to them that much, but when I do, they are nice people. Um, my teachers are fine, right? The subjects are like, I'm not particularly fond of some of the subjects, which I'm not looking forward to, but at the same time, I know that I won't fail any of my subjects. There's a long way there for me. Um, but I feel like I started school with this kind of negative outlook, which I really don't want to. Today felt like such a long day, and I was like, oh, it's just the first day, and it felt like such a long day, and this is going to be such a long year. And every single day, I'm just going to sit there in class and look at the time and wait for the day to be over. But that's not the way I want to think about it. I don't want to think about school as just something that I need to get done and then my day starts after that. Because school is part of my day and I should find little ways to enjoy school as I'm doing school. Because it's just something I have to do and it's part of my daily life. I've been off for almost 3 months. We're only supposed to be off for like two, but my class, we weren't elected or whatever. We weren't chosen to do these mock exams, so that meant that we didn't have any classes after that, and we didn't have to prepare for the mock exams either. So we just weren't in school. We didn't have to be. We had nothing to do there anyway. So almost 3 months of no school, and then I go back to school, and I'm like, my days are gonna look different now, and they're gonna be filled with things that I need to do that I don't particularly want to do. But then, because I've started school now, my thoughts start to spiral, and this is where I feel so bad. Because I know, like, school is just something that I need to do, but it just feels so empty. And not just talking about school, but just life now in general, which sounds really bad. And it's not, I don't want anyone to think that I'm dreading starting school again, because it's not like that. I haven't cried myself to sleep because I don't want to go back to school. Nothing like that. I just know from experience that like I'm gonna have because this summer I've been so busy. Usually I get really bad in the summer because I have so much time to spiral and for my mind to do that. But this summer that hasn't happened, which I am so surprised by. But it means that now, like I will go to school, I will get home and have so much time for my thoughts to spiral, and I know that the days are gonna seem so long and it's just gonna get empty again, and I just. I don't want that. And now, since I'm in the second year and I only have 2 years left, like 1 year after this year, um, I have to start thinking about uni and like what I want to do for education stuff. And then after a while, I have to find a job. I'm soon turning 17, and I don't want to turn 17. I mean, I talked to my mom about it, and she said that I'm very lucky to turn 17, and she's so thrilled that I'm able to turn 17 because, I've been through, you probably know, but like that wasn't my plan to turn 17 at least. Was my plan to turn even 14, and now look at me 3 years later, and I'm just like, "Phew, this wasn't my plan. I should have planned more carefully, but I didn't. I didn't want to plan it. So now I'm just here like, I don't know what to do. I don't feel like a 17-year-old. I feel like a 14-year-old. I look like a 14-year-old, but I don't want to turn 17. Like I don't want that number. I'm not ready for it. Like I can't. I can't. Like it's so weird. And I know like I don't have a fear of growing old or anything. Like I can't imagine myself as like a 60-year-old man in like what's it called? Like that thing you put on after you've taken a shower or something, that like robe thing. Bathrobe? I don't know what it's called. Something like that. Like and with my little I can't remember what it's called. Like soft shoes that like you walk with inside. Slippers, right? Like soft slippers, and like my glasses, my thinning hair, uh, and a cup of coffee. Like reading the news, sitting outside, just watching the world in some kind of small like flat somewhere. I can see myself as that. So it's not like I'm scared of growing old. And I know that 17 isn't old, like young and sweet, only 17, but dancing queen. But I don't want to grow up because I'm not ready to. Honestly, I feel like I know you've probably heard this before, but I honestly feel like I'm lacking some years in my life experience, which I probably don't technically, because when you think about it, like I have experienced some things that majority of people my age have not experienced. But at the same time, a lot of people my age have experience that I don't have. Like for example, socializing. I'm not kidding. Like this is a serious thing. I have zero experience. I have like experience with socializing, but I don't have any experience with like partying, like teenage culture, like drinking. Fun fact: I'm a virgin. Who would have thought? I don't have any experience with like experimenting sexually, and this might not seem like a big deal to many people. Like, oh, like who cares about stuff like that? But I feel like it is a fairly important part of our development, which sounds weird that I say that like alcohol and partying is an important part of our development. But in the society that we live in now, those things are expected when you turn a certain age. Um, I personally have no problems with it. I don't want to participate in those things anyway. But that is why I feel like I'm not supposed to turn 17 because I I don't know. I'm just trying to find an explanation for why I feel the way I do because I do not want to turn 17. I do not want to call myself 17. Like I'm just not ready for that. And I think that it's kind of is engraved, I don't know, in my mind, the idea of me not turning 17. Because, like, yes, I didn't want to turn 14, 15, 16, but 17 was a number that I never thought I would turn. It was just, no, like, not even, it was just there was no question about it. Like I just wouldn't turn 17. There was this block there more so than 14, 15, and 16. The 17 was a number that I would never reach, and that was just the way it was. And I'm getting there. Is that the reason why I feel like I'm not supposed to turn 17, or like I'm not ready to turn 17? Maybe. Maybe I'm a bit emotionally, what's it called, like stunted? I don't know what it's called. Like I just feel like I'm not there yet. I don't feel like I look 17 yet, and I wouldn't want to look 17 anyway. What is this problem I have with like growing up and stuff? Maybe it's a part of me still holding on to the idea that I wouldn't like turn anything past 16, right? So for some reason that's just giving me a lot of anxiety, as well as like it means that it's been 4 years since I turned 13 when my like mental health issues started to blossom. Uh, and it means that I have to let go of that, which shouldn't be a problem because obviously you want to let go of bad things, but it's kind of more of like being in a bad state mentally is the only thing I've known for a few years now. So experiencing something else than that is very scary. Although it's a good thing, it's very scary. Because when I thought I was going to die, I thought I was going to die and that was my plan. I didn't need to plan anything beyond that. That was just the way it was, and that was the way it was going to be, so I didn't have to think about my life that much. But now I'm not suicidal. I don't plan on like committing suicide anytime soon. Like I'm not in that mental state anymore. Yeah, I feel bad and I feel empty and I feel sad, but it's not to the point where it used to be, and that means that I probably have a future which is terrifying to me. Obviously, again, it's a good thing, but it's still terrifying. That was something I was gonna say, which I totally forgot. Um. Oh yeah, that's another thing. When I feel bad, I feel so bad now because I feel like I don't feel bad enough. Like I feel bad and I feel really uncomfortable with that badness and unwellness, but I feel like since it's not to the point where I want to die or starve myself or harm myself physically, I feel like my feelings are not valid because they are not serious enough, which is probably a sort of destructive, I don't know, destructive mindset, but it probably isn't healthy to not take your feelings for what they are. Like I've always been kind of bad at taking my feeling seriously, and I keep coming up with excuses. And now, since I've felt worse before, so it mustn't be that bad. That's kind of like I don't really know what to say to that because it's kind of true. Like it's a little bit true. It makes sense in my head. But anyway, I'm not particularly looking forward to this school year, and I'm not particularly looking forward to the rest of my life, which sounds awful, but it's like it just kind of hit me today that like now things are starting again. I have to go to school, and if I'm going to feel this emptiness that I'm feeling right now for the rest of the school year, I'm going to not have a great time. And it's getting darker outside as well because it's Norway, so it turns pitch black in the winter, which doesn't help with my mood. um, I don't know. I'm not starting off the school year on a particularly positive note. I'm probably not doing myself any favors there. But I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm just sitting here with that feeling of emptiness and heaviness in my gut and in my whole body, really. And it's worrying to me that that is happening already. I don't feel like I have any reasons to be sad because dysphoria isn't bothering me as much anymore. Other than dysphoria, I don't have any mental health issues diagnosed. Um, but I've talked to various psychiatrists or psychologists through the years about my mental health and stuff, but it's just I've never gotten a diagnosis for anything except for gender dysphoria. Now I haven't asked for a diagnosis, but I still don't think I don't think it's serious enough for a diagnosis, but it still feels really bad. I know I'm seeing a psychologist again in October. It is to talk about my testosterone. I didn't reach out, but apparently you're kind of supposed to when you start testosterone, which I didn't know. Like you're supposed to get like some follow up stuff from a psychologist. I will be 8 months on testosterone in October. Should have probably started a bit before, but I haven't really needed it. But I will be in contact with a psychologist, which means that I will probably bring up some other stuff as well. as well as the things I talked about in my last video regarding like it has to be even on both sides. Like if I touch something with one hand, I have to touch it with the other and stuff like that. I think I'm going to go now. It's just another thing that's worrying to me is I was thinking like, oh, there are things I can do. Like right now, I feel bored, which means I feel bad. So I can just like, for example, do that thing with my mirror, hang up some pictures, put some stuff in there. I hung a little glass box on my wall to put memories in. My mom said that. But I don't feel like it. It's not just that I don't feel like getting up and stuff, but I would print pictures of like my friends in England that I was with this summer when I was really freaking happy. Um, but for some reason I don't want to, and it's nothing. It has nothing to do with them, but just for some reason it's just it doesn't bring me happiness right now, which is so stupid. It's like suddenly there's this mental block, so it went from 100 to 30 very fast, which is weird. I don't know if that's a real thing. Like, I don't think, like, if it were depression, I don't think it could hit you that hard. So it's just me feeling sad, but that also makes me feel like it's invalid. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm not, like, completely there today, like, mentally. Um, hopefully you will hear from me soon, and I will be much happier and be like, that was just some like early start or early the beginning of the school year stress, which went away quite quickly. Hopefully that's the case. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video and for listening to me as always. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well, and if you're starting school soon or have started school, I hope it goes/went very well. And I wish you the best of luck for this school year. Uh, and may you not beat yourself up if you have tried your best. And may your family also not beat you up as long as you tried your best. Because that's all you can do sometimes. So yeah, okay. Have a great day. Stay safe and fed and hydrated. And I will see you soon. Okay. Oh shoot, I just hit something. Goodbye.